You only got $500 and you have one batch of leads. What are you doing?
That's funny. That's how I started.
That's how you started. Perfect question.
Not necessarily. I only had $500. It was like, yo, $500 in leads. All right, cool. What's the cheapest lead? These are the cheapest lead. Cool. I'll take them all.
How much were they a piece?
Like $1.50 or something.
Okay. So you got a few hundred leads.
Yeah. Your back's against the wall. If that's the case, then what do you need to do? You need to get the most at-bats and opportunities, right? People think it's going to be solved by, this lead or that lead. It's like, no, you need at-bats.
Welcome to the next level. Got a special guest with me today, my boy Harold Durana.
Hello, hello.
How we doing, bro?
We're doing good.
You're doing awesome, dude. You're kicking ass.
Doing all right.
Doing all right? Okay. It's all relative, right?
I just work here.
You just work here. You just work here and sell more than most people. That's all. We talked about on your True Talk, we kind of left off with this. You're going for the belt this year, right? Shh. Okay.
Am
I putting you on the spot?
We're trying. We're trying. We're pushing for it.
Yep. I mean, you did say you wanted it, right?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to hang up in your office somewhere, right?
Yep.
Along with your Hall of Fame jacket. Yeah. But the real thing you're pushing for this year, not the real, but the big thing you're pushing for is Agency Hall of Fame.
That green jacket.
You said to me you want a green jacket.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. And what's awesome about that is, you talked about this a little bit on the True Talk, is that means it's not just you winning.
Correct.
To sell, so anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, Agency Hall of Fame is a award we give out. There's a green jacket that says Hall of Fame. But in order to receive that, your agency must issue over $10 million in a calendar year.
Yep.
And you're right there.
Yep.
5.6-ish as of the end of June.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, don't let up.
Don't stop.
And you'll hit it, but if you did stop, you could miss.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, last year you were close. Was it 8.4?
Yeah.
That leave a bad taste in your mouth?
Yeah, it was sad. You're coming back with a vengeance,
Yeah.
You're coming into this year, I'm like, no, we're doing it.
Right. Awesome. Well, what I want to do, we're doing this a little different this week, Harold. We started a whole new show just for you. Maybe. I'm going to start with we have an Agent of the Week. A Rising Star. Agent of the Week was on our last podcast.
Cool.
Jacqueline Padel, I think it's Padel, Padel. We'll go with that. If I mispronounce your name, sorry, Jacqueline. FFL Odyssey Life. She just issued $390,000 personally after being with FFL for only 1 year. So congratulations, Jacqueline. Awesome. Another person on track for Hall of Fame. You had 10,000 more.
Yeah.
Pretty sure she'll hit it this year, right? And she'll have a quote here. The secret to becoming a top producer isn't just knowing the products. It's about truly caring for the people you serve. Show up every day with heart, consistency, and a willingness to grow. The numbers will follow when your clients come first. That's awesome, dude. What do you think about that quote?
I mean, it's the truth.
Right.
At the end of the day, take care of your clients.
Yeah.
They'll take care of you. Just like if you want to build an agency, take care of your agents. The agents will take care of you. You'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
I think people complicate it. The people that are failing at this complicate it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do your clients know? They can just tell if you're genuine, right? Yeah, maybe you can fake it to get by, but eventually they're going to sniff it out, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're in person, on the phones, or whatever you're doing. And that is a big piece that, I always go back and forth. Some people will tell me, anyone can do this. Then I don't believe anyone can do it. I believe it doesn't discriminate. I believe you don't need a sales background. You don't need any certain type of experience. But there are a few things you need. And a lot of it, Jacqueline put in this statement right here, you need to be consistent. You do need to show up every day with heart, meaning you got to really actually give a shit about the person on the other end of the phone.
It's true. Right?
I mean, how important is that in sales, actually caring about the client?
I mean, it's the only thing, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
We talked about this. It's insurance peddler or advisor. What are you?
Right.
Am I just trying to press insurance on you and just push it in hard close? Or am I actually trying to advise you and put you in the right position for your family to make sure that this is going to take care of your family? Because at the end of the day, the best insurance policy is the one that pays out when you pass away.
Correct.
And if I'm just peddling and trying to get the highest premium, you're going to cancel that.
Absolutely.
So.
And then we're back to square one.
Yeah.
You have no insurance. I got charged back. I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Right. So we're both are losing out if we do that.
Exactly.
I remember telling my clients that, like, listen, if I put you in something that doesn't meet your needs or your budget, we're going to be screwed together because you're going to cancel, right? Because it's too expensive or didn't meet your needs. I then I'm going to be penalized for you canceling. I'm going to lose the money. We're both in a bad spot if that happens. Yeah. And then you're never going to have someone else come out here. So why don't we find something that actually fits your needs and your budget?
Yeah, that's funny you say that. It's part of the presentation. It's if we can't help you find something that fits your needs and your budget, it's not a big deal. We only want to do something if we can truly help you.
Right.
Say
it's genuine.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming with the amount of insurance you've sold, you've probably had a death claim or two.
Yeah.
Right.
Just had one recently.
Really?
Yeah.
How impactful is that? And because I think that brings it full circle, right? Yeah. Like, you remember your first one? Or is there one that kind of stands out?
There is one that stands out, and it happened, and it was a family member.
Really?
Yeah. So this was prior company, of course. You know, it doesn't make sense, or you don't feel it until it hits home.
Yeah.
And it was home, literally. One of my aunts passed away.
Wow. You wrote her a policy.
Mm-hmm. She had a policy prior. Yeah. Replaced it because it was a different company where it went up every 5 years. And then it expired at age 80. Okay. He passed away past age 80.
Oh, man.
Mind you. And filing that claim and going to the, funeral home and seeing all this stuff that my cousin went through and then hearing that it pays, and walking, filing, doing the paperwork and all that stuff and then knowing that it paid. That's it.
Right. You can't change the fact of what, we're all going to pass. So she was going to pass.
Yeah.
But because you were able to sit down. And how did that go? Like, was it an easy, hey, let me look at your policy? Because a lot of times it's harder with friends and family, right?
Yeah. Well, it was, she has a policy. I wrote it.
Yeah.
I know it's there. So you're good.
But I'm saying when you met with her and replaced the old one that was expiring, was it an easy appointment or?
Yeah, to a certain, it's my aunt. She's like, let's talk. I have a policy already.
Yeah.
Let's, let me show you what it is. And we went through it and was like, okay, here's what you got. Boom, 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 boom. But it goes up every 5 years.
Right.
And it's going to expire. Did you know that? Like, nope.
Right.
We just got it just because we got it. And then it's like, all right, this ain't going to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
We got to switch it up.
Yeah.
And now, nothing like crazy, not no huge policy, but it paid for the whole funeral.
Yeah. And then the one thing I would assume, obviously we're going to grieve. It sucks. We all go through it with family. But the one thing that your cousin didn't have to worry about was the financial piece.
That's the worst part. Yeah. Right? That financial piece. Yeah. That's why we do what we do.
Absolutely. But that goes back to now it's a little different with your aunt. You actually do care, right? But it's like you have to give a damn. You have to care about that person's well-being because we're not selling, Tupperware or vacuum. And no disrespect to anyone that does that. It has its place.
Yeah.
But dude, if I don't buy the knives that you're trying to sell me in my kitchen, I can still cut my cucumbers, bro. I'm good. Okay, maybe that cuts it's a little cleaner. I got it. I hear you. But it ain't going to change my life dramatically.
Exactly.
Right? It's like car sales. You have a car, right?
Yeah.
Odds are when you buy a new car, you're going to drive that car to the lot. If you don't buy a car that day, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's not going to change your life dramatically.
Exactly.
It ain't life or death. And this, it is life or death.
Yeah.
All right. So I got some questions here, Harold. So we started something new. Again, just for you, bro. We knew we had a big dog coming in. But I want to go through some questions from actual agents, right? Cool. And guys, please, we've been sending out emails. Feel free to ask. If we answer your question, you got another one, ask again. Like it helps us give you the content that you need. The whole idea behind the next level, it ain't, to be a YouTuber and it's to get training out to the agents.
Yep.
It's to help. I'm sure when you started, there was some training that helped you, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the idea here. So, all right. First question, we got Vanessa Hernandez. Her question is how to deal with prospects who have a lot of questions and seem like they know what they want. We've all been there, right? You got a client who, I already know what I want, Harold. I want this. Does it do this? Is it A-rate? Blah, blah. You've lived through this.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that client that has a million questions and seems to know everything?
Well, it's a good thing, number one.
Yeah.
Because they're asking questions, which means they know what they want, right? They know that they need it, and they've done their quote-unquote research that they think they know what they're talking about. But it's good because it gives you a place to start, and it allows you to walk them through the process. And it also helps in your presentation because like, okay, so you understand insurance. You know how this works. So you know exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you some health questions, see what you qualify for, and we're going to submit an application to the carrier. So we're on the same page. You know what you're talking about. You said it.
Right.
Right? And then you go into the different insurances. And it's funny that we're talking about this. I picked this up from Sean's presentation. It was on YouTube a long time ago. And he talked about the difference between whole life, term, accidental. And I do the same thing. Because even that, people think they know what they want. Then you go and say, all right, you know the difference between the different insurances. Then you break it down and they're like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that part.
They're like, oh. Yep. But it's a good thing. Don't take it in a negative route.
Right.
I actually would rather that than a client not say anything. And they go, yep. Okay, I'll do that. And then why'd they cancel?
Right.
It's because they just said yes.
Correct.
Because, you know, when you're any sales, yeah, sure, and you just follow through and you're like, did you understand that? No, but they're going to say yes anyways.
Right.
I'd rather know that you actually did understand what I was explaining.
Absolutely. And a lot of times that's just like a defense mechanism, right?
Yeah.
Like, I already know what I want. No, you don't. If you did, I wouldn't be on the phone with you.
Yeah.
But to your point, don't get all worked up.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good lesson with whatever they say. Just stay here. Who cares?
Yeah.
You start getting up here and getting worked up and you get into this combative type of environment. There's no win there.
Yeah. It's in your favor anyways, right?
Right.
When somebody does that, my question is like, okay, great. So you've done this before. You've done shopping. You've shopped for a policy before. So what was the result of your shopping?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I didn't get a policy. Well, why not? Like, what happened? And then they'll give you everything. They're like, well, it was too expensive. Well, I wanted this and I didn't get. Okay, great. Yep. So you act. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, so you don't know what you want.
Correct. Right. If you knew what you want, I wouldn't be here. When I turned 16, I got a driver's license. I hopped in my car. I didn't have car insurance yet. I drove to AAA and got I knew what I wanted, but I wasn't filling out leads and forms. Like, remember who your clients are. Yeah. They have filled something out that a lot of people just scrolled right by. Right now, we do a lot of internet stuff. Dude, there's these ads that are hitting their news feed.
Yep.
Most people are just going, I don't need that. I don't need that. The one you're talking to, Harold, clicked on it, put all their personal information, their correct information, and answered when you called. So they wanted something.
Yeah.
You know? All right. We got Edward. I think it's Cellarini. He's got 4 questions here. So Edward, he's an overachiever. All right. Number 1, how do you train your mind to step away from what's easy? Watching TV, playing games, etc., and turn it towards what's difficult, dialing day in and day out? It's a valid question.
Oh, great question. Well, number 1, it starts with your why. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing what you do? And the other thing too is, what does your environment look like, right? And I used to, in my home office, right? I used to have a TV that's gone. I was like, wait, why do I have this here? You think little of it, right? You throw on like ESPN or like the news or something like that, and then you're like this, stuck there,
right?
And you're like, whoa! I just like 30 minutes later, you're like, what just happened?
Yep.
So then you're like, all right, it's your environment, right? And I tell people all the time is, if you have an office and you have a door on it, go write your hours of operation and put it on the door. You are a business.
Yeah.
Put it on the door. That's when you're working. Somebody wants to come bother you in the family or something like that, knock on the door, right? Type real business.
Right.
Right. So your environment really contributes to that, right? The distractions and, making you want to go a different direction. I have a guy on my team, Elijah, and his phone is in black and white. He purposely changed his phone to black and white because he's like, I don't want to go on Instagram. It's in black and white. It's terrible.
Right.
So he's like, I just leave it on black and white, so no distractions.
Yeah.
Figure out what your distraction is and remove it.
Yeah.
Right? If it is that TV, remove the TV from your workspace. If it's your Instagram, take it off. Mm-hmm. There's apps where you can turn off the app for the whole day or whatever. Right. And only turns on at a certain time or something like that. Do that.
Yeah.
Figure out what your distractions are and eliminate them, for during work hours.
Love it. Yeah, just be honest with yourself. Be self-aware. Don't be in denial. Oh, I don't have a problem with that. I can put the TV on and still. No, you can't.
No.
One of the best pieces of advice I got, and this was at the old company, there's a guy who made a lot of money. He said, stop watching the news.
Yeah.
Right? And now it seems simple, but
so negative.
And I still to this day, bro, I do not watch the news. Mm-hmm. If it's on when I get home, I change it because there's nothing. What does the news report?
Negativity.
All the you ever heard anything good on the news? No. There's 3 people died. One person shot. This whole town blew up, and there's a hurricane coming, and there's a tornado, and you're like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah. Now I'm depressed. Thank you.
All negative.
And that's only the first half hour.
So wild.
Yeah. What are you getting out of the news?
Yeah, I don't watch news.
Nothing.
Either. No.
And the other stuff. I mean, now. I'm sure you still watch TV, watch movies, something, right?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah. Not during the day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no.
That you can schedule that in.
Yeah.
Hey, if that's really important to you, schedule it in.
Yeah, it's not like how it used to be, where you had to check the TV guide.
Right. Yeah.
Netflix, you can just turn it on anytime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come up with, hey, I'm going to, if I book or if I sell 10 policies today at 6 o'clock, I'm going to watch a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But schedule it in.
Yeah.
Earn it.
Yeah. Here's the thing, too, is you're an adult.
Right.
Right? The reason why, my kids are like this, you put a TV and an iPad in front of the kids to distract them.
Yes.
That's what that does.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's like you're doing it to yourself.
Correct.
And it's like, yo, you're an adult. You don't need those anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. But I think the big piece is if you are struggling with this, I would ask you, Edward, do you have your why figured out? Mm-hmm. Because that's the first step. If you don't have your why, it's easy to go, I'm not making calls right now. Yep. Judge Judy's on, bro.
Yeah.
So ridiculousness is on.
Yep.
Hey, it's on all day. Don't worry, it will still be on tonight.
Yeah.
And that, I think that is the key to have that first, right? All right, second one. What ways do you train your discipline to be able to sit at a desk all day and dial? I mean, I kind of just answered that already, right? If you could restart with $500 in your bank account in one batch of aged leads, what would your game plan look like step by step? So you only got $500 and you have one batch of leads. What are you doing?
That's funny. That's how I started.
That's how you started. Perfect question.
Not necessarily I only had $500, but it was like, yo, $500 in leads. All right, cool. What's the cheapest lead?
Yep.
These are the cheapest lead? Cool. I'll take them all.
You bought the cheapest lead, seriously.
Always buy the cheapest lead. Still do.
How much were they a piece?
Like $1.50 or something.
Okay. So you got a few hundred leads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your back's against the wall. If that's the case, then what do you need to do? You need to get the most at-bats and opportunities, right? People think it's going to be solved by, this lead or that lead. It's like, no, you need at-bats. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So it works, and it's been proven over and over and over and over again. $500, go H mortgage, run them. You got to do the work. The part is the work part.
Yeah, so what's that? Step-by-step plan. You got your leads. Then what do you do?
You're going to be – so the methodology – that I liked the most was I would take a certain amount of leads. Like, let's say it's for a week. I got 500 leads.
Yeah.
I would split it up into 4 days.
Okay.
So 125 on Monday, and I would rip through 125 leads. That was all the leads I had.
Yeah.
Right?
How many times did you call each lead?
Doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
5, 10, whatever.
Rip through the leads, call them again, call them in the morning, call them in the afternoon, call them in the evening. We don't know what time people get off.
Right.
You have no idea. Right? You don't know when their day off is. You don't know when they just got home. So call them. Then Tuesday hits. You have your leads from Monday. You've scheduled. You got some not interested. Maybe you get a few bad numbers here and there. Very rare nowadays, really. Bad numbers. It's kind of rare. But you do that. Then on Tuesday, you introduce yourself another 125 leads. Now, mentally, I got new leads.
Your new leads, yeah.
So you're not sitting there like, oh, I have 500 leads trying to rip through them. And then you're like, oh, I don't have any more leads. No, you mentally trick yourself into getting more leads. So boom, Tuesday hits, 125 more leads. You still have the leads from yesterday. You got more new leads. You're scheduling appointments. You're doing things. Then Wednesday hits. Guess what? Another 125 leads. I got more new leads.
Right.
Now you have a positive mentality, and you're running that way.
Yeah.
So just do that all the way through for the whole week, and you're good.
Yeah. It's all perspective too, right?
Yes.
Because what you just said, you got the oldest leads available, the cheapest leads, right? But you're framing it in your mind as new leads because they're new to you.
Yep.
Okay, you had 125 you dialed on Monday. Those are now used leads.
Yeah.
Now Tuesday you got 125 new ones.
Exactly.
But they're the oldest leads ever. Who cares? They're new to you.
Yeah.
All right. His last one here, Edward. You got 4. He came prepared, bro. But it's like ask questions.
It's good.
Like I'm surprised we didn't have more of these. Like the one requirement to be on these podcasts is you have to be good at what you do. You have to be good at sales. So you have an opportunity to ask that person live on here. We should have too many questions. You know what I mean? His last one. Did you ever experience doubt that you could become a top producer? If yes, how did you convince yourself you could achieve multiple 5 figures in a month? So did you ever have doubt early on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody has doubt.
Right.
Somebody asked me a while ago, I was like, did you ever think you were going to do Hall of Fame? No, not at all.
Seriously?
Yeah, I swear. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then you're just kind of like, wait, everybody around, this guy did it, this guy did it, this guy. Then you got to borrow that confidence from people, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's already doing it. Cool, they're doing it. That means it can be done, right? But yes, you have doubt all the time.
Right.
Right. But again, feed yourself positivity. It's not even that it's not that it's not possible, right? It's different when it's like, it's never been done. And the funny thing is, when I first started, what they had told me was virtual doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
They told me this right out the gate. Like, yo, it's not going to work. So there you go. My doubt was already there from the get-go. And it was like, all right, maybe it doesn't work. And I was like, you get your doubt. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to win, or I'm going to win, or I'm going to win. And you just got to really push yourself in that, mentality.
Dude, the mind is a crazy thing where whatever you do believe is fact, right? Like, you listen to your own voice the most.
Yep.
I've had people sit in that same seat a few years ago and tell me the same thing. Virtual doesn't work. I've had people tell me, Mike, I sell IULs. That's why I don't do virtual or telesales. You cannot sell IULs over the phone. You cannot sell a new. And I'm like, what's funny now is the majority of the company is doing telesales.
Yep.
There's a good percentage doing virtual.
Yep.
There's a very small percentage still going out. And even a lot of those guys are hybrid. Like Steve Giordano's a hybrid guy. He'll go out. Like if it's in his neighborhood and in his county, he'll go meet with you. The rest is over the phone. And we're selling more IUL than we've ever sold in the history of FFL. Yeah. So the people, it wasn't just one. And it wasn't like they weren't bad. That was their mentality. Yeah. They all were wrong, obviously. But it's what you tell yourself is a huge part of this. Let's see. We got, where's my boy here? Jacob. He didn't leave his last name. Jacob, I'm on a team that doesn't utilize live dials. Is it normal to jump on other teams' live dials to get tips?
Yeah.
100%, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Why not? We're one big team.
Yeah.
Now, don't try to join their team. Stay on your team. But the thing, there's so many out. Like, you do live dials?
Yeah.
If someone said, hey, can I listen to your live dials?
Yeah.
Right?
Reach out.
Why not?
Yeah.
So reach out. But, yes, it is definitely normal. If anyone gives you any pushback about that,
go to your local office. There's a lot of them.
Absolutely.
It's even better. You can't mute.
Yeah, exactly. We just had Stanley Smith out here. Stanley out in Chicago. Yeah. And there was people before. I'm like, is this person in your group? Was like, no, they just come to my office.
Yeah.
Like, why not? We used to do that back at the old company. We had people that, weren't part of our downline. They'd be at every meeting we did, every training, because we are one big team, and that was the goal when we created this company.
The other thing too is this: like, if you're asking that question, like, have you even asked your upline manager or whatnot? Ask that question, like, yo, I need help.
Right.
So a lot of times, like, I get these questions too a lot. Like, people ask me a bunch of stuff, but I'm like, have you even talked to your upline manager? Like, no. I'm like, why are you asking me first? You need to ask them first.
Right.
They have a obligation to you to help you. I feel like I have an obligation to help you too, but like, you need to start there first.
Sure.
You need to go directly to the source and go, hey, help me.
Yep.
If you can't even do that, I mean, that's why there's no live dials. No, you haven't asked. No, you haven't. You're trying to find somewhere else. Find an answer. It's an excuse, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of it is. Absolutely. Christy Porter says, Series 7 training for agents and variable product training. We're not that company.
Yeah.
We're not. And, hey, if you have a Series 7, that's what you want to do. I'm not knocking it, Christy, but we do not sell products that can lose clients money. It's kind of been a rule of ours from day one. Now, I understand I get the whole deal. Variable products, you can make a lot more, but those are not our clients.
Yeah.
Like, you've done this for a few years. Our clients are predominantly middle America. Yeah. People they're not investors. Yeah. It's that question, right? Then, are you an investor or saver? Yeah. 99% of our clients say they're savers. Yeah. So we don't have it, and I don't think it would be anything we would ever do. All right, we got one more here, and this I think is going to lead to what we're going to talk about today. So we got Peyton Phillips. Peyton asks, what are the best high-end leads to buy, Harold? So
high-end leads.
High-end. What's your answer?
High-end, high-end 10, whatever you want to call it. There isn't any. Doesn't make any sense for me, at least. Yeah. We were talking about this earlier. Cheapest lead.
Yeah.
I've always worked the cheapest lead.
What are you buying now?
It's Age Mortgage, still the same
Still,
thing.
seriously.
I still run Age Mortgage. I've added call-ins.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of lead generation, not really, but yeah.
On your own, you paying someone to do that? Or?
Both.
Both, yeah.
You know, I tried it just to learn it, something different. But there is no such thing, high intent. You can sit there and go, oh, these are high intent. You still get on the phone with them and be like, no, I don't want it.
Correct.
You're like, what's the point of that?
Right.
I'd rather get more at-bats.
Yep.
That makes way more sense to me. I'd rather, whatever price this is, I'd rather get 100 of them instead.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I'll take 100 over one.
Yep.
Because if you mess up that one, you're basically done,
100%. We went through this kind of evolution with direct mail leads. So when I started, you would have been licensed in this business for just about as long. I got a license in 2009, and 99% of the leads were direct mail.
Yep.
Direct mail mortgage. Now, any of you historians out there know what happened in 08, 09, the mortgage market crashed.
Yep.
So how great do you think the mortgage leads were in 2009?
Yeah, they're probably terrible.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
My first actual appointment off a lead, I drive up to Enfield, which doesn't mean anything to you, but it's about an hour from here, right?
Yeah.
So I had no money. My sister at the time worked at Dunkin' Donuts. I would go there late at night and get the food that they were going to throw away for my dinner, like no bullshit. I drive up to Enfield an hour. I got like no gas in my car. I get to this appointment. I had one appointment. I was the guy, one appointment, Harold. I drove an hour for one appointment, and he had a big piece of plywood outside, leaned up against his garage that said, "Boarders wanted." I didn't know what that meant. Do you know what that means? I had no idea.
Boarders, like somebody to stay there?
There you go. I didn't know what that meant at that time. So I'm like, "Boarders wanted." I'm like, "There's a Borders like books." That's all. I was like, I don't know what the hell that means. So I get in. The guy's drunk. He's sitting at his and I put the lead down. I do everything I'm supposed to do, and he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "The mortgage protection." He's like, "Oh, I thought this was the one that would pay the mortgage because I'm unemployed. I'm trying. I'm like, I need I need a roommate." Like, literally, that's what I walked into, and that was a brand new high intent mortgage lead, right? And then they started generating final expense leads, right? And those were direct mail. Now that lead I paid at the time probably $40 for. Mail is not what it used to be. Like you're how old? 37?
Yeah.
Do you check your mailbox every day?
Like every 2-3 weeks.
Every week, which is most people like. Yeah. And I think the younger you get, the less like everything's electronic. So what am I getting at? If in 2009 a mortgage protection lead cost $45-$50 for a high intent, what the hell do you think it's going to cost today?
Yeah.
80, 90. And I'm not if that's what you do, have at it. But do I want to, especially early on, Harold, do I want to spend $80 on one lead?
No.
Or the cheapest lead you can get, let's say it's $1, 80 leads.
Yeah. Here's the thing too, when you're new, you want to mess up on an $80 lead or a $1 lead?
Right.
I want to mess up on a $1 lead. That
Absolutely.
doesn't hurt as much.
Nope.
Because then you're like, all right, I got more to go. You mess up that $80 lead, that's it, you're done. You're like, all right, well, I guess I have nothing else.
Yeah. Dude, we used to buy 10 leads a week.
Yeah.
10 leads, bro. 10 brand new leads. That was a strategy over there.
Yeah. It's like, what, $400 to $500?
$400 or $5. Yeah.
Dang.
At that point,
you're done.
You're done, dude. Like
you do it all in one day.
Yep.
You're done. That's it.
You're done dialing in an hour. Like I dialed in 10 times a piece already, dude. Like I got 3 appointments and the rest hung up on me. Yay.
Yep.
But you think about our lead flow here, and I think any top producer I've asked has had an answer very similar to yours. I do some of this, some of that, some literally just about whatever, right? Yeah. But let's talk about your kind of lead journey. When you started, it was all old leads, right? As old as you can find. How long did you do that for?
A long time.
Yeah.
The first 2 years.
First 2 years.
Even 2023 was all old, all aged.
Yeah.
Last year was aged, and I started doing a little bit of call-ins, a little bit of lead generation. Not really lead generation too much. I tried it. It's interesting. Like for me, I'm a creature of habit. I like to do the same thing over and over again.
We know.
Yeah. So like I add something new to my process and system, and I'm like, all right, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Right. And you're just like, never mind. I'm gonna go back to what I know best.
What didn't you like about the lead gen?
It's different conversation.
Yeah.
Show ratio's not really that great. They're the type of leads you really do gotta call them and really work them.
Yeah.
It's not like people think it's like a magic. People are gonna book themselves and you're gonna show up. Like, no, dude.
No.
They're the worst show
That's
ratio.
the thing. Any lead you're gonna have to work.
Yeah.
Even I think and then we started buying some older leads, like recycle 3 months old, 6 months, and they came out with this lead. I think it was maybe $5 at the time, and it was a year-old lead, right? Yeah. And what you started to learn was once I got you on the phone, maybe there was a little bit more pushback early on, but once we start talking, the appointment booking was the same. And dude, once I got out to the house, nothing was different.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It was the same shit.
No difference.
Which you probably, now we're not going out, you're on the phone, but I'll ask you, if I give you a brand new lead and you get an appointment or you call a lead that was, I don't know, 9 months old, once you have them on the phone, is there anything different?
No.
No.
The only thing they mention is like, oh, this is a little bit ago. I did that a while ago. I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm calling.
Yeah.
Right.
And then just move on.
You know what's funny with some of these new leads? I had like a new agent tell me this, and it happens. They're like, they called the client. They're like, it was so new, the lead. And they're like, they didn't even pay their first mortgage. Yep. They don't even know what their bills are. Yep. They don't even know nothing. They don't have no insurance. They don't know what's going on yet.
Right.
So they were like, they couldn't do it because they couldn't give me a budget. And I'm like, so if you would have waited like 6 months, you worked the age lead. They're like, oh yeah, no, I already know my finances. I know my budget. I know.
Right. It's just different.
Yeah.
Like different. Now there's ways to overcome, but I remember being there, getting out to the house, and they still got shit in boxes, and you're like, it'll be $89 a month, and I've heard that verbatim. I haven't made my first mortgage payment yet.
I don't know what my bills are.
I don't know what my budget is right now. We just moved in. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Now you can overcome it.
Sure.
But it's different.
Yeah.
Just like the older leads. Is it going to take the one thing I would say about back then dialing off of older leads, they were harder to get on the phone because they've been called. Okay, well, I can just call them more.
Yeah.
So if on average it took me 2 or 3 dials to get a new lead on the phone and an older lead was 5 to 7 to 8, who cares?
Yeah.
If it's $1 versus $50, does it really matter?
No.
Yeah. And then, but your profit margin is so much bigger, right? Yep. Like we talked about 10 leads for $500. Dude, $500 is going to get you what, 400 and change?
Yeah.
Think about the profit on that. You close one, you got your money back.
Yeah, easy.
And everything outside of that is profit.
Yep. And you have a lot of room for messing up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's huge because,
especially when you're new.
Like when you got brand new leads, you only have a finite amount. Let's say you got 15 leads. You spent a good penny on them. You're afraid to screw up.
Yeah.
What happens when you approach something and you're afraid?
Oh yeah, you mess up.
You mess up, right? Like
you're like nervous and you're like, oh gosh.
Correct. It's like that whole what you feed yourself, right? I'm afraid to mess up. Well, then guess what? You're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
And now you messed up, and now you don't have any money, and you only bought 15 whatever leads.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your strategy day one versus now leads. So back then it was old as possible.
Old as possible.
Yeah.
Now it's like you're getting instead of the oldest, you're still getting age. It's just not 3 years. You're like, cool, let me stick to the 1 year or whatever, 1 to 2 instead of the super aged. But that's it. That's the only thing that's changed, really. It's just a little bit newer.
Yeah.
Newer. Still aged. And that's really it. Still doing the same thing. More volume, obviously, of course. Yeah. Way more leads. That's it. I like to do the same thing. Like I said earlier, I was like, I do the same thing over and over again. If I know if I do this, I get this result, what do I do? Scale, and that's it.
Yeah.
Sure, do I dabble a little bit of thing like call-in leads? Sure. Some lead generation, not necessarily a lot, but sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to change my bread and butter.
Right.
If you know that this is your for sure, this is what you're good at, I'm going to stick to it because I've done it and I've pattern interrupted myself and it drove me crazy. I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on here. All right, let me go back to what I know best and I'll insert that a little bit. You know, the funny thing is when I first started here, I ran internet leads. I did not run mortgage because I didn't know anything about it and I didn't want to run them. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't know anything.
So you did like the instant internets? Is that what we had back then? Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything else. And then they were like, you need to work mortgage because that's what everybody does. And then you got new agents coming in, they're going to start working mortgage and you don't even do it. So I'm like, all right, fine.
Also, how much does it help you as a manager? Like if I recruit you, Harold, I've been here for 5 years and I'm only dialing on new leads and I'm telling you to buy age leads. And now you got questions about how to work through them. But I'm answering you, giving my perspective of what I'm doing, which is all brand new leads, right?
Yeah.
I think it gives you an advantage if you're also dialing on the same, right? Like, does that help you with recruiting and training new agents?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you got to think about it. It's not like agents are coming here and going, yo, I'm ready to go. I got 50 grand ready for leads.
Right.
No, they're coming here like, all right, what can I do with $1,000?
Right.
Right. What's going to get me the most opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And this is what we work. Right. So you have to have the answer for them, and it benefits you to be working age, because again, that's what the agents are going to come in with. Their budgets aren't going to be for the new. And the thing is, versatility is everything too. And that's one thing that we teach a lot is you got to be able to run all the different lead types, because you are going to hire somebody and, recruit an agent, and they're going to go, I don't like mortgage. I'm like, all right, it's cool. Let's do final expense. Let's do general life.
Right.
But if you don't even know how to do that, then you have a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? You can't just stick to one lead. You got to diversify. But again, you don't have to spend all this money on leads. That's crazy to me. Like, people are like, oh, I have to buy the most expensive lead. There's no such thing.
No.
You literally can, what is it? Live transfers. I remember I work in live transfers, and you're thinking like, cool. Back then it was crazy price, $100 for a call. And you're like, oh, these are lay downs. They get on the phone like, no, I don't want it. Like, I thought these were high intent.
Right. No, they have a higher sense of urgency to talk to someone. Yeah. But it's still, once you're in that appointment, if you're virtual, once you're in that appointment, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's now we're back. It's a even playing field at that point.
All day.
So would you rather spend more to get into that appointment, or spend less and maybe work a little more?
Yeah.
And it changes, right? Like, day one, you were all, now you mix some stuff in.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that changes is the budget.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
like
it.
When you first started, what was your lead budget a week?
It was like under $1,000,
under
$1,000, and that was it.
Yeah. When did you start increasing that?
When I figured it out. Actually, it went down.
Really?
So it started at a certain, right around $1,000, and then remember I was telling you, ego problem, thinking I know what I was doing. So spending it, and I was like, all right, it's not working, so I spend less, right? Because that's the answer.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't work. Spend less. We'll figure it out. So I started spending less, and then I was like, I don't know what to do. Then I spent, and then didn't write. Spent, and then wrote, and then didn't write.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, this is terrible. Then you just, all right, what do I do? Then it's like, oh, consistency. I was like, wait, I have to consistently do this every week? Yes.
Yeah.
If you don't do it consistently, just like I said earlier, trick yourself into getting new leads every single week.
Right.
Or every day, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is like recap off all the leads you got. But still, you got to do it consistently. If you don't do it consistently, you're just going to fail.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, Peyton, it's not a bad question. It's a normal question to have.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, so don't take it, when we're not knocking the question, it's normal to have, but there are no best high-end leads. Yeah. There's leads that are newer, that are more expensive. There's leads that are older, that are cheaper. But to Harold's point, you want as many swings as you can get.
Yeah.
Hey, when you get really good, if you go, shit, I only want to buy newer, have at it.
Yeah.
But you almost got to earn that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and really for you, because you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
What's your lead budget? What can you comfortably do every week? Start there and then see what you can get for leads.
Yeah. Everybody's going to tell you something different, too. It's going to be like, what leads the best? Oh, final expense. What leads the best? Mortgage. What leads the best? General line.
Right.
What leads the best? IUL. So you're telling me every lead is the best?
Every lead's the best.
Yeah, basically.
That's a good answer. What type's the best? All of them.
Yeah.
What are you spending now a week on leads?
A lot. Like 10 grand.
Okay.
It could be,
10 grand a week.
10 grand a week.
Yep.
Pretty easy.
But you're issuing 1.2.
Yeah.
What'd you make last year? What'd you gross?
It's like a little under 2.
A little under 2 million.
Yeah.
Not 200,000, 2 million.
Yeah.
What were your expenses,
A lot.
Okay.
I
half
spent
that?
A lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit less than half.
A little bit less
than
than
half.
half.
A lot.
800-900?
Yeah, easy.
So, I mean, it's big numbers, but think about, so when you can use that same scale though, right? Like, we don't expect you to go spend $1 million, but you're investing 800-900 grand to then net 1.1, let's call it, grossing 2 million.
You know what's crazy is that the more money I spend, the more money I make.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't make any sense. Like, this year I've already made, I don't know, 1.5, if not more.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a direct correlation of how much I spend. Right. The more I spend, the more I make. I actually want to go into this. If you can. Is it cool?
Absolutely.
So every single agent thinks like, if I spend $1,000, I'm gonna 20x. I'm like, no, dude, no. And I always bring up gambling, right? We got a casino down the way from here, and I go, look, if you went to the casino and you had $1,000, and then you walked away with $2,000 in your hand, you made $1,000.
Right.
That's a win, right?
That's a huge win.
Okay, cool. You go into the casino and let's say $1,000 turns into $3,000. Oh, that's a huge win too.
Absolutely.
Now let's put it different. You go in there to the casino with $1,000 and you walk away with $1,500. Is that a win? It was like, yeah, that's a huge win. Yep. I still win.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So why are you trying to take the leads, spend $1,000, and think you're gonna do $20,000?
Right.
Doesn't work that way.
No.
So in the beginning, when you're new, it's okay to double. Just you're fine. You go from 1,000 to 2,000 or 3,000. That's okay. That's great. But and think about that. You have a machine where you put in 1,000 turns into 2. Okay, and you're like, all right, cool. I put 3 and then it turns into 6. And you're like, okay. Well, what if I put 5? 5 turns into 10. Okay, 10 now. Let's do 10. 10 to 20.
Right.
In my mind and how I look at things is like, if I put in 50 and it turns into 100, I'm cool.
It's a huge
It's
win.
bigger numbers, sure, I get it.
Right.
But it also applies, because I might put in 50 and it might turn into 150, it might turn into 200, right? But if I'm sitting here thinking I put in 50 and it should be 10 million, come on, dude, that's not gonna work.
No, it's not a get rich quick, right? And I think sometimes it's almost presented that way, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know how it is. People are selling. I get you on the phone, Harold. I want you to join me. You're going to be a millionaire next week. You're going to be so great. And no, leads, I'm going to give you some leads, and you're going to make $50,000 your first month. Like, people say shit like that. It's not true. It is hard work.
Yeah.
It's simple work. Like, it's not rocket science. You don't have to be a mathematician. You don't have to have but it's a grind.
Yep.
But what you do is simple. Like you said, it's over and over again.
Yeah.
It's doing one thing good and then doing that same thing tomorrow and doing it the next day and the next day and the next day.
It's just too much overthinking for people.
100%.
Especially leads. It's like buying leads is so complicated for people. It's like, I'm spending. No, you're investing in your business.
Right.
One thing that I liked, Jamie Churio said this at a convention or a conference. He was like, I took the same $1,000 that I started with and recycled it to write it was like $2 million. I was like, you spent what? $1,000 to write $2 million? I was like, how'd you do that? And he's like, spend 1,000. Let's say I wrote X amount of dollars. I put the same $1,000 back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I didn't take new money out of my pocket.
Right.
It's the same money.
Same amount.
It's the money I made from writing. Boom, did it again.
Yeah.
And then do it again, and then do it again. And then all you're doing is scaling. Maybe you go up like 10%, 20% every week until you get to a comfortable, let's say, $2,500 a week.
Yeah.
Then you're good.
Right.
And again, you spend that, and again, a double up is okay.
100%.
Don't think that it's a bad thing,
and
especially when you're new and learning.
Yeah. The big thing, though, is being consistent. Don't do 1,000 this week, then do nothing next week. You see this so often. Like, agent goes out, buys some leads, gets paid $2,500. Next thing you know, dude, they found all this debt they're going to pay off. I'm going to pay off my Capital One card. I'm backed up on this bill now. Like, dude, you've owed Capital One $2,000 for like 5 years. Yeah. We don't need to pay it back. I'm not saying don't clear up your debt, but let's get some momentum going first, dude.
Yeah.
Because how many agents shoot themselves in the foot by having a good week, getting paid, and not reinvesting back in leads immediately?
Well, they go, but I can get like another 5X out of those leads. You're just like, dude. No. You're like, yo, you got 3X out of it.
Right.
Take the money, buy more leads. And they're like, no. I'm gonna keep squeezing them.
Yeah, I still got some leads left.
And then a week later, and they're squeezing, and they're like, oh, I wrote another policy. And then it's like, all right, go buy leads. Oh, I already spent that money.
Yeah.
You're like, I bought this, I bought that, I went and did this. And you're like, now you're back to square one. Now you're doing the cycle again.
Right.
You gotta keep putting it back.
My lead strategy was I'd buy new leads every week. I kept all my old leads.
Yeah.
I dialed the new leads first.
Yep.
I got what I can get out of them. Then they went to the bottom of the pile, and then I went back to the ones you were talking about, squeezing stuff. Yeah. Then I went back to those, and magically I got more. And every week, I think our goal back then was 20 appointments a week, believe it or not, how little that is compared to what y'all do now. But back then it was a big deal. We're driving all over the place. So it was but I would always end up with my 20.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And so talk to me about what's your strategy today? Your lead strategy itself. Like, how many do you need to buy? What's your method of what you're calling? Like, what works for you?
Lead abundance is everything, right? I'm a big, I'd rather have a lot.
Yeah.
Because it makes it stress-free.
Okay.
Right. So now, I mean, we run CRM, the texting campaigns.
Yeah.
You got callers jumping in, but in order to do that, you have to have leads, right? If you don't have like a lead, like vault of leads, right? Like right now, I have a freaking ridiculous. I think last time I checked for like on a more recent, I had like 80,000 leads sitting in my account. But that's the thing, though. I have those, and I'm sitting on them, and I can continue to keep working. It's not like I buy leads and all of a sudden next week I buy new ones so the old ones disappear.
Right. Yeah. You delete them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're still being worked.
Yeah.
Right. So I still have leads, but it's the same process over and over again. Dial. I have dialers now. It's a little bit different now.
Yeah.
Of course. You got
a couple dollars now.
Yeah. You have money to be able to spend and push towards dialing and then working your CRM. If you
how many dollars you have?
Right now, $2.
$2. And their job is to set
CRM person. So
and a CRM person for like drip marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have a way for clients to book their own appointments through the CRM, or how's that work?
It's a text messaging
Okay.
stuff. So a VA runs that to schedule. I said it earlier, Facebook people think like people book their appointments, they're going to show up. They're not going to show up. They just clicked and then.
Sure.
But if you call them over and over again, it'll work. But
all right, so you got drip marketing, a VA setting up those appointments, $2 dialers setting up your appointment. Are you booking any of your own appointments right now? You be honest here. No, you're not.
No.
I mean, you did for a long time, so don't feel bad about it. I mean, you're selling 1.2, bro.
Now it doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. You're buying your time.
Yeah, what would I rather do? Be sitting with a client or calling? Like,
correct.
That doesn't make sense.
So they set you up. How many days do they book in advance?
2 days.
2 days.
I don't do more than 2 days because there's no point. You might as well just throw in the.
Do you have an appointment goal for each day? How many?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The thing is this, and it's funny, is that everybody's like, how many appointments should I set in a day? There's no real number for that, right? 100. You know what I mean? Because if you have 100 appointments.
Is there a minimum though? Like they know they have to get you X amount?
Yeah, sure. Because I book every half hour. But the thing is this. It doesn't matter how many appointments you have, because I'm sure you've had 10 appointments, all 10 no-shows.
Yeah.
You didn't do nothing. Nothing. What you need to start with is, I need to figure out how many selling or buying questions I need to do a day, right?
Okay.
And I always tell people, you got to start. Your objective is to try to get to 4 buying questions. Because if you do 4 buying questions and you write 2 of them, great.
What's a buying question?
So being able to ask them and say, here, option 1, option 2, option 3, which option makes the most sense?
Okay,
for you,
so
right?
Getting to that point.
To that point. You need to be able to do that at least 4 times a day.
Okay.
Right? So
even if you close 50%, you got 2 clients you protected, 2 Okay,
yep.
I got you.
So as a brand new agent, that is your number 1 objective.
Yep.
How do I get to 4 buying questions? You can achieve it with 4 appointments, 4 buying questions. It happens.
Sure.
You could also get 15 appointments and then only get 4 buying questions.
Correct.
Happens all the time. So that's your train of thought, right? Because people think like, I have 20 appointments, I've accomplished something. Right. No, you've accomplished nothing.
Correct.
They still have to show up and you still have to present. And if you don't get any buying questions, you don't write any business.
Yeah.
And you don't get to learn anything either at the end of the day.
Got it.
So you got to get in the motion of, all right, buying questions. I need to be able to ask the client which option makes the most sense for you, right?
So for a new agent, 4.
4.
Do you have a goal personally for how many buying questions
it's like
a day?
8, a minimum of 8. It's
minimum
like
8.
You got to get to 8.
Okay.
I mean, that's like a full day.
And they're booking your schedule every half hour. What time are your what's your scheduled time?
My normal day is 9 to 7:30.
Okay.
Or until I'll push it. I'll push it though. I'll push it to like 8, 8:30, 9. Depends, right? My wife gets mad and she's like, what are you doing? What happened to this?
One more, babe. One more.
Yeah, one more. Let me just do one more. Let me just try.
Okay.
But
in a normal day, 8 to 7:30 or so.
Yeah, easy. Yeah. But I'm very intentional. So I don't stand up. I don't take breaks. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't sit there and go, let me look at my phone.
Right.
No, I got time for that.
Yeah.
I just go. So it's funny is like, some people will come out to work out of my house and stuff like that. They'll like come visit me and they're like, yo, I'm going to come work. And I'm like, all right, cool. And they like think like you're going to like hang out. Like you'll see them like look like, turn around and like look at me. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Are you all right? Like, go do something, dude. I'm busy, dude.
Right.
Leave me alone right now. Like, and it's funny. I have a guy who usually comes out and he's like, I can barely ask him questions, and I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm going. I'm not stopping. Right? I'm intentional. Right. I took the time away already from my family. What am I doing?
Yeah, don't waste it.
Yeah. Then now it's like, that's disrespectful to the family. Correct. It's like, what am I doing? I gotta go. Keep going. Boom, 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 nonstop.
Yeah.
Right? It's I was showing somebody my calendar. I was like, look at my calendar. I don't stop. They're like, you're always busy. I can't. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Right.
What would you rather me do? Like nothing?
Well, that's how you sell over $1 million. You got
it. Like, yeah, you want me to be doing nothing all day? Like, no way, dude. I'm going. Just as much as you were working, me too. I got to work too. I got stuff to do too. I'm going. I'm not stopping.
Yeah. So what would you, 8 to 7:30 or so. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but you're talking somewhere between 20 and 30 appointments, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll have.
Depending on but.
Yeah, I'll have days where there's like 16, 17, 18 appointments. Sure. But like I said, at the end of the day, there's sometimes I was like back-to-back no-shows. And I'm like, oh, yeah, what is going on here? And then I'll, get somebody on, sit to want to talk immediately. Mm-hmm. And there's my buying question.
Right.
And it's like, sometimes that's just what it is. You have no shows all day, but the ones that are like, oh, I want to talk right now are your buying questions.
Yeah.
But I'd rather do that. Your best appointment is the one that you're talking to.
Absolutely.
People think like, oh, but I have an appointment in 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay. They still have to show up, dude.
Correct.
What do you?
You got someone on right now.
You have somebody on the phone.
With them. Yep.
Yeah, when they're like, oh, but I can't call anybody yet. Because like, what if I get on the...
Oh,
I would rather you do that than sit there. And the funny thing is you wait and all of a sudden you call that appointment and they're like, oh, yeah, that didn't pick up. I told you.
Yeah, you should have done that.
Yeah, just call. Just keep going.
So they're booking you 2 days at a time.
Yep.
And how many days during a week are you running appointments?
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
And then Saturday mornings if I have to.
Okay.
Like, it depends.
What do you mean if you have to?
I can get away with it.
What determines that?
How much business do you for the week?
What's your goal?
I don't really have.
Okay.
I just go. One thing that's funny.
But how do you know you need to run more? Like, if you're below a certain number? Or?
Yeah, if I know I have it, it's less than 20, then you're like, all right, I have a problem.
Okay.
Right.
So if Friday hits, you're less than 20K.
You're going.
You're running Saturday.
You're going.
Got it.
Or if my kids are sleeping, I'm running.
Yeah.
If they're awake, then I'm like, all right, I already said I wouldn't do this.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's not necessarily. The thing is too is that when you count, you start to like. I get lazy when I count, right? When I'm like, I'm good. Instead of like, I'm good, I'm just like, I'm going to keep going. It's just, it doesn't matter. But because the elite abundance is the real thing, right? And they're buying questions. Keep going for buying questions. Keep going for buying questions. It helps when you have a lot of leads, right? When you have a lot of leads, you're just going to always be doing sits, right? And you have to put yourself in that position. If you put yourself in a position where you're like, I don't really have that many leads. And you're like, well, yeah, you're not going to have very good time doing this.
Correct.
You have to that's why cheap leads puts you in front of more people.
Absolutely.
And then you just keep scaling it up from there.
That's awesome, dude. Great advice. Last thing, dialer. That's a question. I'm surprised we didn't get one in there.
Yeah.
Dude, you get a guy who they ran 1 week and they're like, I heard someone talk about a dialer. I want to get a dialer. I'm like, bro, you don't even know how to dial yet. When did you hire a dialer?
Somebody, that's funny. I literally just got this question recently. We were talking about it. Like, I need to get a VA. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That yes. Okay. I need to get a dialer. Oh, yeah. Yep. I need that. And it's like, okay, cool. You don't know how to do it.
Right.
Who's going to train that dialer or the VA to run your CRM?
That's usually where it comes from, right? I'm struggling dialing. Let me hire someone else to do it.
Who's going to train him?
Right.
You're just like, oh, well, I'll give him the script. You have to remember this. You are an insurance agent. You actually learned how to do insurance. And then you're going to get somebody to dial your leads who doesn't know really anything about insurance. And you're going to tell them to run the same script that you're running, like over the phone and thinking like it's going to work. They don't have any knowledge behind it. Like, come on.
Right.
Like, you need to know what you're doing before you start telling somebody else to do it. That don't even make sense.
Absolutely.
If you're not doing it, don't even tell anybody to do it. Then there's no way. If you've never done it, how can you tell somebody to do it?
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
Then you'll be one of those, I just got a bad dialer, Harold. Listen, I hired this one, they sucked, and that one sucked, and that one sucked. Like, but you never figured it out.
All of them are going to suck because when they say, like, well, I ran into this, what are you going to tell them?
Right.
You're going to be like, well, check the rebuttals.
Yeah. That's on page 3.
Yeah. It's like, no, that's not going to work. So, and it's funny is people always ask, like, yo, when do I get a VA? When do I get? I'm like, yo, take your time, dude. I don't even think I got one for over like a year.
A dialer.
Like, I didn't get nothing. No VA, no nothing for like a year.
Yeah.
I was running. Everybody's like, yo, what'd you do? And I was like, yo, I did it myself.
Right.
Like, I'm going to do it myself. I don't care.
Yeah, what was your schedule like then? So obviously you got to dial, right? Because you are all appointment based. And everyone has a difference. Like, I've talked to people
I did one calls.
You did one calls? Okay.
Yeah.
Predominantly or?
I did mostly appointments.
Okay.
But I would take a one call close all day. Like, if somebody's on the phone, they're ready to go. Let's do it. As long as everything's in my favor, right? Spouse is there. They have the time.
Got it.
We're good.
But you're predominantly doing appointments. Yeah. Appointments. And like I said, everyone does. There's some people that swear by one call close. They don't even want an appointment. Hey, and our thing's, if it's working, keep doing it, dude.
Yeah.
There's what's that? There's plenty of ways to skin a cat. I don't know what that means. Never skin a cat, but I guess there's more than one way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when you were dialing, what was your schedule like then? When did you dial versus run appointments? Like, how'd that look?
Oh, great question. So dialing is always.
Okay.
Right? The reality is this, for what we do, is that you win in between appointments. Yeah, that's how you succeed here. It's not what you do during appointments, because like you already know what to do in an appointment. What are you doing in an appointment? You're doing a presentation, and then you're writing an app.
Right.
There's no real hard work to that. You just know the proper presentation to do. That's already given. How you win is what you do in between appointments. Like somebody shows you, what do? You just sit there and go, it's all good. I got one in like 30 minutes. I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. Or you know what? I'm gonna check like a report or something like that.
Right.
I know, like
busy work. Yeah.
You know, and it doesn't make sense. It's like, why? So you're just gonna sit here and wait?
Right.
Why wouldn't you just dial in between? Try to get another sit.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do, right? Try to get another sit. That other person might not show up, right? And people are like, well, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this. I have to check in with this person. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's all about time sensitive. That's how I look at it. Is it time sensitive? If it's not, cool, dude, I'll do it like later on in the day or in the morning, super early in the morning, or 9 o'clock at night. Cool.
Yep.
Right? People are like, emails, text. It's funny. People text me and then I'll text them back at like 8 o'clock and they're like, oh yeah, I asked that like at 10 a.m. And I'm like, I know, but it wasn't time sensitive.
Yeah.
So you asked me a random question that didn't. Are you with the client? No. So.
Right.
It's great. I'll get back to you. You know, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
People try to find ways to not have to work.
Absolutely.
Right? But as long as you find ways to work, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it's, again, being intentional. Whatever time you start, whatever time you end, you have to be intentional the entire time.
So would you back then, like Monday morning, were you dialing right at 8? Did you have appointments
Whether I had
already?
an appointment, if I had appointments, boom, it's going to appointments. If I don't, then it's dialing.
Yep.
And it's dialing, and we had a CRM. We still do, but I'm like messaging the CRM while I'm dialing.
Got it.
Right? Going through leads. Somebody messages you back, call them.
And you would either, obviously, if it's a one-call close, you take it.
Take it.
If not, you booking it for that day, next day. What was your game plan back then?
Same day.
Yep.
So right now, same day or next day.
Okay.
That was it. Right now, later today.
So you didn't dial in advance. You dialed that morning for that day and the next day.
If I'm calling you, I'm talking to you, it's going to be right now, later today, or the next day.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, all right, so next week on Thursday. I'm like, nah, dude, you might as well not even.
Correct.
Don't even put it on your calendar. That's a no-show.
Absolutely.
I can tell you that now.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna have to call them the day before anyways to confirm it anyway.
Oh yeah.
Like that doesn't make sense. And they're gonna tell you the same thing. Oh, I'm not available. Let's do it again. Let's do another week from now. Like,
right.
Nah, no point.
Yep.
Yeah, because everybody will forget. But if you do later today, or right now, later today, or the next day, you're usually you have a good show ratio.
What I love, Harold, is your answers are so simple, and it speaks to what you said a few minutes ago. We complicate this shit. We overthink it. We put all these little like problems there that aren't there. Just dial the phone.
Yeah.
Well, do I start at 8 or 8:15? Or what about 9:05 if it's raining? Who cares?
Yeah.
Just pick it up and dial.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
We would call. I remember when we would do these conferences in different time zones.
Yeah.
We were like, we'll start dialing at 7. What time's that back home? I don't know. Let's call it. But it's really early. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, you're going to be home tomorrow at 2. Who cares? Yeah. You called me 6 times in a row. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Something's wrong with my phone. Anyways, you'll be home tomorrow at 2 so I can drop this off?
Yeah.
Just move through it. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You guys put so much value on things that don't matter.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What agents do, right, is they get the lead and they look at it. They read the address. They read the name. Yeah. They look at the date of birth. And then they look at the amount and they're like, what should I pitch this guy?
Yeah.
What am I going to tell him?
Right.
And I'm like,
they start running the appointment before they even talk to him.
They're like, yo, what would you tell this person? Like, what would you tell him? I'm like, are you on the phone with him? Like, what's what medical conditions have? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, are you on the phone with him? Like, no, I haven't called him yet.
Right.
I'm like, so what's the point?
Right.
So you're just going to sit here for 10 minutes, make up a scenario, or you think that you're going to pitch this, and then you get on the phone, it's completely different.
Correct.
Happens all the time. I would never even look at the, so you just dial, and then I would go look at the name, and then I would go look at what lead afterwards.
Right.
Like, what's the point?
Doesn't matter.
I can't. I'm gonna make up a scenario in my head.
Yep.
It's not gonna be that.
Correct. Dude, it goes back to, we did a true or false on your True Talk. We'll wrap with this. I asked you about the most difficult clients being some of your best clients, right? I had this situation. It was a mortgage protection lead, and we were back in home. The guy was probably 65 years old, right? He had a mortgage of like $600,000-700,000. Now back then, our biggest face amount on a policy was $250K. Now there's products that go up a lot higher, simplified, right? So everything about this lead, if I'm doing what you're explaining, I'm like, what would I do with this guy? He's 65, right? He's got a mortgage of $750,000.
Yep.
Like, I don't have products for this guy. He's in a town that's 2 hours away from me, right? But what we were taught, Sean's thing was, just call him and book the appointment. Yeah. There were teams that would get medical information over the phone on the first call. Now, we were in the home, so I'd call you up here, and I'm asking you about your medications, and you're this, and you're that. And Sean's thought process was, if we have a product for everyone, why are you getting medical shit over the phone? Right? If I have a product for whatever situation you're in, unless you're in a nursing home currently, right? But if I have a product for you, why am I asking you any qualifying questions outside of what time you're going to be home? Yeah. So I followed that. He gave me all kinds of shit on the phone. What do you call me for? I did that a while ago. You can't even cover me. I got health conditions. Blah, blah. All kinds of shit, dude. Yeah. He was my last appointment of the night. I get done with my appointment prior to that. I put his address in the GPS, and it says I'm an hour away. I'm supposed to be there right now. So I go. Drives on this long-ass driveway. Dude, long story short, I get to talking to him. One of my best clients ever. Exactly. Nicest guy you'll ever meet. I wrote him a final expense policy because he had no insurance. He did have some health conditions. He wasn't lying about that. I got him as much whole life coverage as I could get him for someone his age. Yeah. And then, talking about the question about Series 7, he had 2 variable annuities that were losing money like it was their job. And the agent's still getting paid. So I'm like, dude, look, this is his fee right here. That's cool. You're paying him and losing money. That's awesome, right? You want to stop losing money? He's like, yeah, I don't want to lose money. I moved over a couple $100,000 into annuities, wrote him 2 or 3 final expense policies. Yeah. It was a bad lead, Harold. Exactly. He was old, a high mortgage. Gave me shit all over the phone. But once I got in the home, it didn't matter. Yeah. You
don't know the scenario. You have no idea what's going to happen. No. I have an agent, true story here. The lead, it was Hawaii. And she was like, the mortgage is like $3 million. What do I do? And I was like, call it. She's like, well, what am I going to pitch? I don't know. Right. Call it. And this lady was a business owner. Yeah. It was like $1,800 a month for just her. Her 2 business partners were $1,500 a month and rolled over, did an annuity. Right. I was like, what happens if what would have happened if you didn't call that? Correct. You know how much business? I was like, you wrote a ton of business out of that. But if you didn't call it because you got intimidated by what you thought, right, what you think might happen, you wouldn't have had all that business. Absolutely. It's crazy.
And guess what? What if you were right? Who cares? So what if it was the opposite, Harold? I called her. She wanted $3 million of mortgage protection coverage. I had nothing for her. Yeah. And then I hung up and called my next lead. Right? Like, who cares? Yeah. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Especially now, like, you ain't even driving nowhere, but you just picking up the phone. Yeah. I could argue, well, dude, I'm wasting time, money, gas, whatever. Still show up. But, like, who cares? Yeah. Don't prejudge. You never know.
Never know.
It's usually the one you least expect.
Yep. Every single person needs insurance. You just don't know how much coverage they need at the time. Like, before you call them, you don't know yet. And you don't know what the premium is going to be yet. But every single one of them needs it.
They do. Dude, I wrote a policy on a lady. I went into her house. It wasn't her lead. It was her neighbor's. I went to the wrong house. I wrote her policy. I had one where the guy no-showed me, and his neighbor's like, what are you doing? It was like, I had a life insurance point. He's like, that guy always no-shows people. What are you selling? I'm like, life insurance. He's like, I need some. Come in here. I'm like, yo, I'm either getting kidnapped or writing a policy. I wrote like 3 or 4 policies in the house. Yeah. He didn't fill out. So what kind of lead works? He wasn't a lead. Here's the kind of lead works. The one that shows you and you talk to the neighbor.
Yeah, there you go.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. We put too many qualifiers and just call the leads. talk to the people about life insurance. It's what they ask for.
That's it.
And if you don't help the person, move on to the next one. It's not that deep. It really isn't. So, well, dude, I appreciate you coming up, doing this, spending some time with me. And I love the questions, guys. Keep those coming. That was a lot of fun. And it's fun because you're helping out real people. Like, we can sit here and talk all day about shit we want to talk about, but unless we know what y'all want to hear, so appreciate that. Drop them in the comments. Fill out. There's an online form that you can fill out, but we appreciate y'all checking us out. And Harold, seriously, thanks for coming out here.
Absolutely.
I look forward to handing you a green jacket in January in Irving, Texas. I have no doubt you're going to do it. And it's just awesome to see all the shit you're doing, you and your family, setting a great example. So I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks for checking us out. Subscribe if you haven't already. You know where to find us every week right here on The Next Level. We'll see you next week.